Hey guys, I made this little fella a couple of months ago as part of another project, and it got me thinking about making more of them and maybe doing a bit more design on it, getting it into better proportions and maybe putting some colour in. And this is what I came up with. I've utilised the golden ratio in proportioning the height and the width of these boxes. The golden ratio is a geometric relationship, and I'll show you a little bit more about this in a minute. So rather than just making one box, I wanted to see if I could make 4 boxes identical and utilize the tools and the skills that I have to batch build all the parts and the finished units and have them finish up being identical to one another. Hope you find it interesting. Dude. Yeah, what? You better tell them now. Attention. We interrupt the uplifting music break to alert you to a fail. My miter gauge works by loosening the handle and pulling the spring-loaded stopper out. There are positive stops on 0, 22.5 and 45 degrees on both sides. But the thing is that once you move the stopper out and move to an angle, it doesn't stop you on both sides of that angle. It locks you into a certain range. So if you're moving to 0, until you tighten down the handle, the miter gauge is free to move from between 0 degrees and 22.5 degrees. It's very easy to bump it off its angle before you tighten it down properly, and that's what I must have done in this case, and I've ended up cutting trapezoids for the end of my boxes. I've got all the inner MDF boxes in now, and the plan is to glue them up and then slip them out of the outer box so that I can paint them without getting paint all over the outer area. I'm trying to use just a little bit of glue so that I don't stick this inner box onto the inside box, and I also don't want to stick it to the back because I want to remove, and I want to be able to paint them all separately. So I'll leave that for a couple of minutes just to let the glue dry a little bit, and then I'm going to slide the whole inner and outer apart and take off the back just to make sure they don't stick completely. Right now, so the glue's been setting up for a few minutes, and I'm just going to take off the bottoms because I really don't want them getting stuck just at the moment. Time to put it all together and glue it up. There's a little bit of a lip that's been formed from the paint spraying over, so I'm going to sand that off. And making four things exactly the same as one another turned out to be quite a challenge.